We've spoken about the acro bridges that get us to our rural farmers and the Bayer hybrid seeds that we send across them. But there's a third vital ingredient: water. The 2024-2025 drought was the worst in living memory. Yet some fields remained green islands. Today we're exploring the Skrala project, a massive partnership between the Ministry of Agriculture, the UNDP and the Green Climate Fund. We're looking at community-scale solar irrigation that is finally Zambia-proofing our harvest. Stay tuned. Let's look at some of the risks and mitigations to start with. Let's begin with the vulnerabilities. There's no investment without risk. For Skrala, the challenges are very high stakes. Firstly, there's the risk of theft and vandalism. You see, solar panels are portable. In remote districts, security is the top operational cost. And then there's the maintenance gap. What happens when an inverter fries 100 kilometers from the nearest town? Now, let's talk about the solution, which is Skrala. It uses community ownership. In Chirundu, the Tauya cooperative manages a sinking fund, saving profits for future repairs. You see, they're not just farmers, they're now also utility managers. What that means is that if something breaks down, they have a fund to dip into and make sure that somebody comes from the nearest town, even if it's 100 kilometers away, to quickly come and fix the problem that has arisen. And therefore, from being a user, these farmers now are utility managers, making sure that everything is kept in place as well as possible, but also that if there is something that arises, they will also make sure that they can tend to it with the needed funds they have on hand. So this is where we move from subsistence to business. There's a huge income jump. Let me show you the figures. Traditionally, a smallholder relying on rain-fed maize earns roughly 12,000 to 15,000 kwacha per year. With solar irrigation, we're seeing a 70% increase in disposable cash income. This is the real-world return on investment. In Kazangula, for example, farmers aggregated their crops into Skrala-supported centers and secured contracts worth over 100,000 kwacha. Roughly, what is that? The rate is 18.25 today, so you can do the math, for school feeding programs. And there's a diversification bonus as well. Because they have year-round water, farmers are selling improved breeds for goats, which will fetch roughly 3,500 kwacha each. That single goat can buy 10 50 kg bags of maize minimum. And this is how a family moves from surviving to thriving. And this is what makes this program a 10 out of 10. The value chain and gender aspect to it. We start with the marketplace. Growing food is only half the battle. Skrala connects these farmers to bulking centers, so their surplus reaches the market before it rots. And then there's the social impact. Over 57% of beneficiaries are women. This is something we've touched upon before, but women are just better at taking their families out of poverty. And by giving them solar power, we're shifting the economic power of the entire household because of it. And here's the 2026 target. As we head through 2026, the project is moving into sustainability handover. Cooperatives are creating bankable business cases to access private loans, proving solar irrigation is profitable and independent as an industry on its own. So solar irrigation is our shield against climate change, but only if we treat it as a business. We have the seeds, the bridges, and now the water. I have a question for you just about that. What crop would you want to diversify and grow? Have an Indaba in the comments below. Here is the billion kwacha question. We've used tech to grow a bumper crop of 3.7 million metric tons of maize. But who actually sets the price? With the FRA floor price currently at 340 kwacha per bag, the debate is heating up significantly. Is this a safety net or a price ceiling that hurts our most productive farmers? In our next episode, we're looking at the Food Reserve Agency with its purchases. Are they supporting farmers or are they distorting market? We'll find out. See you then, and stay tuned to Business Indaba.